Hello everyone, TheSkilledRoy here, back with another in-depth speculation video on Legends of Runeterra. You see, we're a few days into the season with spoilers for the upcoming Bandle City set, and thanks to the recent cinematic that they launched, we managed to confirm a few champions. I guessed Sion, Xerath, and Caitlyn correctly, but I'm afraid I made a crucial misstep, and thanks to some recent cards, I can actually explain them in greater detail. You see, this has resulted in a prediction that is so wild, I just knew I had to get it on a video before anything happened. You see, it's quite simple. I don't think Kled is going to be our Noxian Bandle City champion. I think it's actually going to be Rumble. Allow me to explain. You see, when champions are added to the game, they are given a variety of supporting cards or spells based on their abilities, or some followers that are based around their character. Usually these followers show off some new characters or show off some new things for our champions to interact with. They're easily some of the best parts about Legends of Runeterra as they expand the world dramatically. For example, when we meet the blade dancers that Aurelia interacts with, or the various sisters that are coming to chase down Riven, they tend to actually match their region that they're from. So for example, the blade dancers that Aurelia interacts with are obviously Ionian, and then the sisters that are trying to grab Riven and bring her back to Noxus are obviously Noxus. So there's obviously some precedent here for that sort of system. Therefore, we can then look at upcoming followers that are clearly teasing some champions, and then we can also figure out their regions. For example, Gnar's followers that are clearly matching his color scheme are obviously Freljord, so logically he is very, very likely to be Freljord. But this sort of logic has a very troubling implication for one Yordle in particular, Kled. You see, one card in particular recently changed my entire predictions on that Yordle. You see, we got a card in Bandle City that seemingly references Rumble. This is called Treasured Trash. The card's flavor text says, "One mortal's trash is another Yordle's giant pile of scrap parts." This is a good indication that he's coming, as Rumble is a Yordle who takes scrap parts and builds them onto his mech, which he then fights in. However, this has a new meaning because then we got another card. This card right here is called Arena Kingpin. I got my good friend Chugabit to go read out the flavor text, so go ahead and take a listen.
There's a sucker born every minute, and I'm gonna take them for all they've got. This mech arena's gonna be a gold mine.
Did you hear that? He said Mecha Arena. Now that is clearly a very direct reference to Rumble and his sort of themes that he has in his sort of game plan. But here's the thing, this isn't a Piltover Zon card, this isn't a Shurima card, which you might expect from Rumble, it's actually a Noxus and Bandle City card. Now this changes everything. This means that Rumble's cards aren't going to be Bandle City Shurima or Bandle City P&Z, but they're actually going to be Bandle City Noxus. Now, if you're Kled, that means that your cards are essentially going to be forced to be about a mecha arena, or the alternative theory, which is obviously, I think in this case, a lot more likely, that Rumble is actually going to be the Noxian Bandle City champion. Obviously, we don't know for sure. This is only just the first two cards that have been shown off for Rumble, but as we sort of go across the new sort of spoilers for the new set, make sure you pay attention to any Noxian Bandle City cards, because if they're all following the same theme of being sort of based on mecha and mecha arenas, I think it might be sad to say that Kled's not coming in Bandle City, and that Rumble is actually going to be the Noxian Bandle City champion. So, what does this mean? This means that we now have to seriously go back and check our assumptions on what champions go where. After all, a lot of the possible Bandle City champions you might assume are going to be Piltover and Zon, like Corki, like Ziggs. But clearly, they can't put both of those champions in Piltover and Zon when Teemo just got a full package of new cards that are all based around Piltover and Zon. So that brings up the question, can you fit 3 dual champions of the same dual combination into the same expansion? The answer is probably obviously no. So what does that mean? Does that mean Corki and Ziggs are going to be in an entirely new region we don't expect them to be in? My answer is honestly yes, because if Rumble can take the Noxian spot from Kled, then nothing is for sure. Now, obviously, this sort of changes a lot of my predictions as well, and honestly, I don't have time, unfortunately, to go into a full, long video on this. I just want to get this quick theory out right now and sort of push it out to you guys so you guys can start reassessing where these champions might be. So, otherwise, though, what sort of shakeup are you expecting? Where do you think some of these Yordles are going to go? If Kled can lose his spot to Rumble, where do you think all these champions are going to go then? Because clearly they can't all go to P&Z and they can't all go to Noxus. If you have a great idea for where some of these champions could end up showing up, hey, please feel free to send them to me in the comments. I'll be reading over all of them and I will sort of look them over for my own theories. And hey, if you want to theory craft with me and if you want to be where the craziness of this sort of theory came out, which was in my Discord. Please join us on our Discord. We have codes for the upcoming cards before they come out, as well as the speculation area where we just go crazy with these buck wild theories. But hey, hopefully I'm wrong and Kled's in, because Kled's one of my favorite champions. But if not, I really like Rumble too, and I'm really excited to see what a cool mecha arena in Noxus is going to be like. Otherwise though, thank you everyone so much for watching. I will see you all next time. Peace out.